Hey everybody, it's Sam with NeuWeb Marketing, and today I wanted to record a video for you called A Comprehensive Marketing System for Scaling Your Business in 2021 and Beyond. So much has changed with the last year with COVID in 2020, and we know what kind of a year that was. It was kind of nuts. So I wanted to take everything we've learned and everything that's happening in the market right now and show you what is working for 2021 and what is going to be massive for you to implement this year as far as marketing goes in your business. So let's jump right in. First, we got to set the foundation a little bit. I want to help you guys grow this year. That's why I'm doing this. And I'm going to give you a proven step-by-step strategy to make the best of your digital marketing efforts in 2021. And my commitment to you is to always tell you the truth and shoot straight. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the comments or re-upload a new video. Make things that are simple and easy to understand. My goal is to have you watch what I'm presenting and be able to implement it for your own business real easily. And then I want to teach you the current tactics and philosophies and provide resources to help you grow. First of all, let's take a look at some of our partners and some of the results we're getting with the system I'm about to teach you. Guys, this is serious because I'm in the trenches right now. We are running ads currently for some of these businesses. You can see we've got a 750% ROI in just 1 month with this company, implementing the strategy I'm about to teach you. This company was with us for 6 months, had a very small marketing budget, yet we were able to still get massive results, almost $250,000 and over 3,000% return on investment for just 6 months. And why were we able to do that? Because we were taking the right approach. And so I want to help you develop the proper blueprint this year in 2021 to take the right approach to digital marketing. And there's only a few reasons why digital marketing won't work, and I'm just going to hit those real quick: time, money, and effort. Number one, you didn't put enough time into it. Campaigns sometimes take time to gain momentum. So as we move into 2021, that time is going to shrink because computer learning and AI learning has superseded the ability of marketers to A/B test. So now we can just look at database and say, hey, run this and it'll go. So it doesn't take as much time to get campaigns up and running again. We're running promotions and things like that. It's not always the algorithm that is responsible for not getting business. Sometimes it's the way you crafted your offer. Money, overspending on wishful thinking. You know what they said to do and I'm doing it, but I'm not getting a return. You know, you may have been taken to the cleaners in the past or not had the appropriate budget. And it's hard to get the money right when it comes to digital marketing if you don't know what you're doing. And finally, effort, not having the knowledge yourself as a business owner or not hiring the right team to do that for you. You know, the right person for the job is everything. Having the right training, having the right skills makes a world of difference. Spending money on the cheap guys is going to get you cheap results. A lot of that has to come with overcoming your fear of failure. You're afraid of this new system. You don't know what's going to happen, but do your research, and that's why I'm giving you this. Hopefully this presentation will give you the right mindset when you're hiring those people or going to craft that strategy for yourself. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of statistics. That's not really my goal today, but here's just some quick ones for you. You can pause the video, take a look at them. On why digital marketing works. This is how it works. Pretty much you put $1 into the system set up straight, it'll give you $2 back. What if you found a Pepsi machine where you did that? You put $1 in, and instead of getting a soda, you get $2 out. You would keep doing that, and you would keep doing that, and you would keep doing that until it ran out of money, right? Because it hacked the system. That's virtually what digital marketing does. Is the money you spend on your digital marketing, when spent right, should yield 2-3 times the return, and you should be able to keep cycling that like a broken Pepsi machine. And it all comes down, like I said, to taking the right approach. 1 + 1 does not equal 3. I do not care what the modern education system says. I was raised in the early 90s, 1 + 1 = 2. And this is clearly not a good spot for a roof vent. You'll be having to call the roofer back multiple times for that kind of leak. And I notice there's a skylight right next to it too. Woo! Guys, if you set it up wrong, it's not going to work right. So when you go to put together a roofing system, you've got to have a process, right? And it's a comprehensive, proven system. There's different layers that have to be there in order for it to be effective. Let me ask you this. Would you build a roof without all the proper system specs? Probably not, because you'd end up looking like this. So what do we got to do to make the system work? We have to understand the system, why and how it works, and apply that knowledge in order to turn that knowledge into power. So let's go ahead and do that right now. The first thing we have to do is understand your customer's perspective, right? If you don't understand who your customer is and what they're looking for, what they want, you're not going to be effective in targeting them. And it begins with perception. 75% of people looking online actually judge a business's credibility based on their online presence. This was a study done by HubSpot in 2019. Guys, it's 2021 now. It's 2 years later. Think of everything that's happened in tech. Think of all of last year, all these people moving to an online system. I bet that number is almost 90% by now. It begins with perception. What you look like online to your customers is what they think of you. I don't care how good of a business you are, they're looking online to see if you're credible. It's very similar to this graphic here. What do they see versus what do you see? Learn to see it from their perspective so you can help them see things from your perspective. If you want to win the perception of your customers, you have to build trust. And how do we build trust? Through transparency and value, giving them a personalized experience that positions you as the trusted authority. And it's all about relationships. I'm going to teach you later how we can transition our sales team to be more relationship focused. But get to know how they buy. Seriously, it's an emotional based thing. So let's look at the past versus the present. In the past, buyers went to a salesman. I think we know this by now. We don't have to go over this too much. The salesman was the gatekeeper, controlled everything. And people hate salesmen. We hate the pushy old type of marketing. Nobody wants to hear that anymore. So who holds the power now? If the salesman held it before, buyers are going online, right? Google, social media, Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, all these search engines and platforms, they are the gatekeepers. They hold the information, and that gives the power to the people. The people now have the power. The customer has the power in the buying relationship. So how do we win their trust? And this is the key to winning their trust, understanding the journey they go through. There's 3 basic stages: awareness, consideration, and decision. Very simple. We will talk about those a little bit more later, but knowing how your customers think when they go through that process is foundational for you to succeed. You have to get in their mind. Be the customer, right? Right. This is what you're all waiting for, the modern digital marketing system. I call it the A.C.E.D marketing strategy, A.C.E.D. And I'm going to take you through those 4 pillars. This is a proprietary system that I've created myself that has been just killing it for our partners. So let's take a look at it. It's a blueprint for success. My goal is to provide a clear and concise step-by-step framework for you. And I've drawn out this little graphic for you. It's a proven and tested comprehensive system for generating exclusive bottom dollar leads, meaning cheap leads. You're spending less than what you would for a other third party while increasing your brand reputation, building your revenue year after year. It's in a complete entire system, and that's what we have to have today. So ACE stands for A, attract, C, convert, E, exchange value, and D, delight. This is our marketing process, and you can see in the background how I've got it kind of divided up into specific segments. So let me ask you this. Who do you think catches more fish when they're fishing? Lazy guy in a hoodie with a fishing rod. Let's assume they have the full knowledge of how to use their products, or someone with a large fishing net. Well, obviously the person with the large net's more likely to catch fish, right? So who catches the better fish? That's the question. Well, the guy with the pole. So what I want to propose to you is a specific strategy. And this is what this strategy is basically doing. What we want to do is use all the tactics to catch all the fish and then pick the biggest ones, right? So what we want to do first is cast a wide net. And that's what this system does, is it casts a wide net and collects bunches of people who might be interested in your product. And we stock what we call our pond with it. And then we feed those fish, and the ones who are interested will grow. And then we'll catch those fish for the big money. So then the first step is attract. Why do manufacturers distribute goods to retailers? It's a really simple answer. If you don't know it, it's to gain customer exposure. aka sales. Why is that important? Because our attract phase is all about distribution. Instead of pushing yourself into your customers' lives, what we're going to do is attract them to your brand by distributing content, things they like, things they want to consume. SEO, blogs, local listings, social media content, digital ads, lots of videos, guys. All these things are massive for attracting people to your brand. If you're not doing all of these, you are behind the standard of the times, and other companies are going to squeeze you out. You have to engage on social media. Somebody threw that in there. It's no longer optional. Yes, that's great. It's so true. It's no longer optional. 2020 has made things different. You have to engage on social media, be active, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these places. Start diversifying your channels. You should have. If you were paying attention to the economic curve, you should have several years ago, 10 years ago, been focusing on one or two of these platforms. Now's the time to diversify. Now's the time to kick it into high gear and get on all the other ones. SEO and blogs. Boosting your visibility for search on your website, creating articles. What does SEO involve? All these things you see here on the page. I'm not going to go into great detail. If you want to learn more, you can always contact us. We can give you more information on that. Feel free to check out some of our other videos where we might cover search engine optimization. But basically, consistency is key. Publish content on a calendar. Create stuff consistently for your audience to consume. The more value you add, the more trust you build, the more transparency is there. And again, get yourself found. Yelp, Google, Home Advisor, Angie's List. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. You've heard thousands of digital marketers tell you the same thing. Get your local listings out there. Social media, again, consistency is key. Put stuff out there. Be funny, be engaging, show before and after, show people on the job, show stuff, be transparent. Again, I can't hit it enough. The attract phase is all about distribution. Distribute, distribute, distribute. And these are all the channels that are going to gather that wide net. This is where you've got to be in order to get new people into your business. Now let's convert those new people. And how do we convert them? Converting is the act of capturing their information from your potential prospects. So we do that by leveraging conversion tools, having a sales funnel, having really good web design that pulls them in and takes them through a journey, having specific forms that fit the offer that's on the page, thank you pages after they've submitted a form. This is huge. If you don't have a thank you page, guys, so simple. Add a thank you page, put a button on it and say, hey, book appointment today. That way, once they fill out the form, they can take the next step without just being, oh, somebody will follow up in 24 hours. What does that mean? Will they even call me back? People want something to do, engage them. And then finally, through live chat and pop-ups, that's another good way to engage. This is a basic landing page or the sales funnel. Should not be your home page, folks. You should have a sales funnel for every primary service that you have, and send people who are seeing ads and seeing advertisements and propaganda for that to that page so that they can see the offer, not everything you do. And then your website itself should be very clean, very personalized. Make sure your website matches modern design. If it doesn't, you're already losing credibility. I already mentioned the thank you pages. Make sure you're taking that relationship further. Be intentional about it. Here's a really quick, easy example of what a thank you page could look like. Super simple, guys. Doesn't have to get creative or cost thousands of dollars. 10 minutes of your time. Chatbots, pop-ups, we talked about that. Lead scoring and nurturing. How do you, okay, so we've captured their information through these different methods, the sales funnel, the website, the forums, the whatever. How do we now take them from being interested to, I want to buy now? Well, that's where lead scoring and nurturing comes in. And remember I talked about that wide net. We want to take from that stock pond now. How do we do that? We got to feed them first. Help your customers solve problems while educating them about your brand. This is where phone calls, text messaging, email sequences, and your CRM system, your customer relationship management software, if you don't know what that is, it's super important. I will teach you about that in just a second. But All these things work to follow up with the customer, to give them opportunities to reach out, to engage in social media, to book a time with you, to request a different quote, to whatever the information is. We're continuing to follow up on them. And this is stuff that can all be automated with the software. And why do we do that? Because it takes 7 to 11 touch points for the average prospect to decide to move forward. That's a lot of touch points. I would say even up to 20, 25 touch points is where some people are at these days. They're just so ignorant, not ignorant, they are so blinded to marketing because of how the past has hit them. So we've got to be subtle. We've got to get more touch points in to get them to move forward with the decision. Phone calls, they're not preferred, right? People don't want to get a phone call and sit there and talk forever and ever and ever. Why don't we just text message them? Why don't we send them a voicemail drop, something they can listen to later? Phone calls are better for qualifying and better for your sales and support. So let's focus on text messaging. Dude, 98% response rate, and I found this to be true. When you text somebody, they text back because they've gotten emails forever. They've gotten phone calls forever. But it's so much easier just, oh yeah, I can respond to that right now. Click, 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 we're done. So add text messaging this year to your reach out. Your email campaigns. If you don't have an email, it's still the #1. I'm serious. The #1 converting marketing tactic out there is email marketing. So automate some email marketing in the CRM system. What is a CRM system? It is a software that organizes all your contacts, all your technical support, all your marketing, all your sales, all your finances, and it can automate simple processes like all these follow-up calls, and it can add their names and specific information and personalize it so that it seems like it's from a person. Basically, we simplify your entire marketing and sales process. And it makes it so much easier for you to scale in these other areas that you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta do all of that. Oh, how do I get all that done? Well, get a CRM that can do all of it, and then you can focus on the stuff that's more important. So let's talk about exchange of value. This is #4 in the A.C.E.D system, or #3 in the A.C.E.D system. This is the E. And can you close the deal in the first meeting? Most salespeople can't. And that is a problem because marketing probably hasn't done their job to pre-qualify. Most salespeople, if marketing has done their job, should be able to walk into the meeting and at a high level of performance be able to close that deal with no issue. So what really happens during a deal, like I said, the value has to meet, the customer's expectation, and that value has to be exchanged, right? So it's really a value exchange. What kind of relevance and data can you give the customer for them to want to give you money in exchange for the value, right? So what we want to do is look at the CRM system again, because you can track every interaction that your salespeople have with your customers. You can unify that sales and marketing so that the qualifying happens in marketing and the sales happen in sales. And then you can track all those leads from their first touch point all the way through to the end of the sales process, so you can track your ROI. That is a huge benefit of having a CRM system that is connected to everything. You can even do onboarding with it. This is what is important for exterior home improvement companies and construction companies, and anybody who has a service industry who needs leads. You got to have appointment automation, appointment setting. Do you have an automated appointment booking software? Do you have an app? Do you have some way on your website that people can book a time with you and know that you're going to be there? That is next level. If you don't have that already, it's becoming a standard in the new economy. So let's work on doing that. Personalize, organize, give them convenience, and get rid of the old sales process. Have you not heard what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure you have. You've probably heard what I'm saying so far, because I've hit it pretty hard. The old sales process is dead. It doesn't work. So let's give you a new one. We're going to simplify it into connect, educate, and close. Why? Because marketing, if it's done its job to prospect and pre-qualify, and the automation software has done the work of all the follow-up and booking the appointment, then all there's left to do is build relationship, to connect with the customer, to educate them on, and handle the objections that they have that weren't answered in the system, and then close that deal. It should be so much easier when this system is in place, so your team can focus on relationships over those simple tasks. So lock in the deal by simplifying your sales process and leveraging modern software. And the last part of the A.C.E.D system is D for delight. Delightful, right? What are always the best kind of leads, right? What are they? Word of mouth. And this is what this system is so powerful in creating, is word of mouth leads. You want to exceed the expectations of your customer, continue to build positive relationship, and to get word of mouth reviews. And we do this by asking for reviews from your customers through your CRM, email, and text message system. Following up a couple months later saying, hey, would you mind giving us a review? We had a great experience with you, blah, 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 blah. Using those testimonials and promotions. Testimonials, people believe the reviews and testimonials they see online almost as much as they do a relative. In fact, more so, recent research has shown. So push those reviews and testimonials out there. Find ways to engage customers after the sale and delight them with the experience. And especially in fulfillment, this is something that's unrelated to marketing, but it helps marketing so much, because if your fulfillment team is on point at all times, then you don't have to worry about so much objection handling and that kind of stuff in your marketing and sales, because you're honestly fulfilling the job to the expectations of your customers, and they are happy to become your promoters. Reviews and testimonials, fulfillment. So this is the A.C.E.D system, guys. You just learned it. A.C.E.D, attract, convert, exchange, and delight. One quick run through. You get traffic with your attract stage. SEO, listings, social media, digital ads. Under convert, you're doing two things. You're getting leads and you're building trust, right? You're following up and nurturing those leads that you capture. And then we're simplifying our sales process, and we're exchanging value. We're getting those automated bookings, and we are quickly educating and building relationships with our customers. And then finally, we're getting more reviews. We're getting excellent support. We're continuing to email out and add value through newsletters and videos and things like that. And if you can see here on the left side, underneath awareness, consideration, and decision, you can see those stages we talked about early on line right up with our marketing process. So this is the system you need to implement in 2021 if you want to see results for your business. And you may say, well, why can't I just have a website? Why can't I just have a Facebook? Isn't it good enough just to have like one or two of these? No, I'm sorry. I've said it in the past that it's okay. And I apologize for that, because I think I set up the future of our partners to think that that's all they're going to need. And I'm telling you right now that is a misconception. That is a misnomer. That is not where things are headed. Okay, you need to implement all these things, and the more diversified you become, the more personalized you become, and the greater you expand these systems, the better. It's okay to start with one or two of them, but quickly build on. And I'm not saying, oh, in 5 years we'll build on. I'm saying, okay, let's build this month, and the next month let's add this, and the next month let's add this. So by the end of the year, you have this entire system going into 2022. You hear what I'm saying? So if you like this, if you understand what I'm talking about with the A.C.E.D, the ACE system here, if these things make sense to you, go ahead and reach out to me. Let me know what your thoughts are. Go to NeuWebMarketing.com and go ahead and fill out a quote. Fill out a quote, whole quote. Fill out a quote form, and I'll get back to you real shortly on what we can do to shore up your current marketing system or go create one of these for you. Like I said, we've got all this actually in one software that we've created ourselves, and it's powerful. All these pieces are all integrated into one platform, one dashboard, and you can log in one place and manage it all. Isn't that so much nicer than having to call this guy, call that guy, go to this service, go to that service, log in here, log in there? What we've done this year is we've condensed all these things into one spot so we can easily leverage this software to get the ACE system into play so you can win big in 2021. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Sam Neudeck with NeuWeb Marketing. We'll catch you next time.